This week on Live Action News Now, is Donald Trump pro-life? And what about Biden? Did you see his new pro-abortion ad? Are there any fact checkers in the house? Plus, Fresh from the Fresh&Fit podcast gets slammed for allegedly bailing on his girlfriend. Live Action's baby Olivia is going to school even though she's not born yet. A bombshell investigation underway after an abortion was allegedly carried out on the wrong child. And finally,
the science is clear that at the moment of fertilization, you have a unique individual human life. Human life doesn't begin at birth. The science is clear it begins before.
A BBC interviewer gets nailed by the truth stick. Live Action Nation, we got a lot of ground to cover. Let's go. Welcome to Live Action News Now. I'm your host, Juan Garcia. We've been waiting patiently, and after much speculation, former President Donald Trump has finally announced his position on abortion.
Many people have asked me what my position is on abortion and abortion rights.
Explaining that he opposes putting federal protections in place for preborn human beings and believes that laws protecting preborn children should be left for individual states to decide.
At the end of the day, this is all about the will of the people. Now it's up to the states to do the right thing.
This, however, is not truly a pro-life position. Live Action's president and founder Lila responded in a press release stating in part, "It is not right for democratic societies to vote on fundamental rights of unpopular minorities. There is no more unpopular minority today than preborn Americans." While overturning Roe was an important step forward, ending Roe was never the end goal. Life is not a right that is protected based on a person's zip code, nor should the death of innocent human beings be determined by popular vote. Atrocities against human beings shouldn't be regulated to allow only a certain amount of atrocity. The way society and political figures speak about preborn human beings reveals the fact that they don't view them as full human beings deserving of human rights. On to the other side of the aisle. A pro-abortion Biden ad is spreading all sorts of lies using the story of a woman who didn't need to have an abortion.
This is just filled with some of the things that we had started gathering for her while I was pregnant.
The ad claimed that a woman named Amanda Zarowski had a miscarriage at 18 weeks and almost died because she was unable to obtain an abortion. Now, first of all, the ad itself doesn't make any sense. If Zarowski had a miscarriage, then abortion access would be irrelevant. In a miscarriage, the child already died. Abortion is the killing of a living child. Two completely different things. Miscarriage removal is not abortion, and there is no state laws anywhere against miscarriage removal. But here's the truth of the matter. Zarowski suffered from an incompetent cervix and premature rupture of membranes, and she needed to have a preterm delivery in order to save her life. This is what in fact ended up happening. It is vital to understand that a preterm delivery to save a mother's life is not an abortion. I repeat, not an abortion. The child is not directly and intentionally being killed. No pro-lifer who knows what they're talking about, and no pro-life law is against preterm delivery to save the mother's life. We break all of this down on our website at liveactionnews.org. Now this. The Tennessee Senate passed House Bill 2435, which would require public schools in the state to include an approved prenatal child development ultrasound or computer animation as part of the state-required age-appropriate family life curriculum. Live Action's Meet Baby Olivia is listed as an example of a computer animation that would meet the bill's requirements, but does not specifically require Baby Olivia to be shown. Live Action's Baby Olivia video is gorgeous and mind-blowing. If you haven't already, check it out after this and show it to your kids and friends. Now this. Florida Supreme Court has ruled that a law protecting preborn children from abortion after 15 weeks gestation can take effect. This means that a law protecting preborn children from abortion from 6 weeks gestation onward will also be allowed to take effect. However, the court has also ruled that an initiative to make abortion a constitutional right in the state can be placed on the November ballot. According to Liberty Counsel, at least 13 states have legislative efforts underway to amend their state constitutions regarding abortion. These ballot initiatives may vary in scope and intent. 11 states, which include Florida as mentioned earlier, Arizona, Arkansas, Colorado, Maine, Maryland, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, and South Dakota have ballot initiatives that are attempting to codify abortion access or enshrine abortion as a state constitutional right. Walter Weeks, or Fresh from the popular podcast Fresh&Fit, recently came under fire when a leak call exposed him for allegedly pressuring his ex-girlfriend, fitness model Daisy Chen, to abort their supposed child. In the call, Daisy says she doesn't want to kill their child. Now, Fresh responds by telling her, "They'll just give you a pill and it's over. A doctor will give you a pill and you're good." Let's be clear. There is no good that comes from taking an abortion pill to kill a growing child. Taking the pill destroys a preborn life and leaves women struggling with emotional and physical consequences. As a pro-life man, husband, and father, I'd like to share some truth of my own. If a man is not ready to commit to a woman in marriage, that man is not ready for sex. Period. By engaging in sex outside of marriage, he was making a promise to love this woman with his body, when in reality he was just using hers. An act that could put a child at risk of a broken home, force another woman to be a single mom, or as we heard from the call, risk the death of an innocent baby. Unfortunately, the New York Times has already forecasted this kind of behavior with a recent study that said nearly 9 in 10 women who aborted were unwed. What's even worse is that approximately 6 of 10 women already had a child. It's time for men to stand up and stop this foolishness. On to this horrifying story. Several medical professionals at Prague Hospital are being investigated after an abortion was allegedly carried out on the wrong child. According to the Standard, on March 25th, a woman went in for what was supposed to be a routine checkup at 4 months pregnant. Instead, medical staff carried out a D&C abortion without the woman's knowledge or consent. Nurses, doctors, a gynecologist, and an anesthesiologist failed to notice that this woman was not there for an abortion and put her under anesthesia meant for another woman. Both women are foreigners, and a language barrier is being blamed for the incident. Put yourself in the shoes of this woman. You go in for a checkup and then you find out that the doctors have dismembered your precious baby. Absolutely tragic. They didn't terminate a pregnancy. They didn't dissolve a clump of cells. No, what they did was kill an innocent baby, because that's what an abortion does. Now this. A nurse from the United Kingdom is pleading with legislators to not allow the abortion pill to continue to be dispensed through the mail, recalling how she was traumatized when she saw a baby survive an abortion. In an op-ed for the Daily Mail, Nadine Dorries explained that her time working on the gynecological ward as a nurse was happy and rewarding until she was ordered to help with an abortion at 27 weeks. She wrote this: "I have never forgotten what I saw. There lay a tiny baby boy, blinking, covered in mucus, blood, and amniotic fluid, gasping for breath. His little arms and legs twitching. I was shocked to my core. Weeping, I rocked the bedpan in my arms. I wanted to pick him up, but he was so small. I didn't know how to. After a minute or so, I couldn't bear it any longer, and I was about to run for help when I heard the ward sister's unmistakable footsteps approaching." And I'm gonna leave it right there and encourage you to find out how the story ends at liveactionnews.org, because the reality is that infants surviving abortions are often derided as a myth, but it happens all too often. And as Dory has pointed out, giving women access to abortion pills at home without medical supervision at any point throughout pregnancy could very well mean women would see their babies born alive after attempting abortions. Live Action president and founder Lila Rose recently appeared on BBC's Hard Talk to talk about abortion laws in the United States, the idea that there should be no exceptions allowed on abortion, and what Americans want.
You know, a group of folks voting democratically on whether or not innocent Stephen should die, that's not their right. And if we believe that human rights are universal, then that must extend to children even before birth.
Rose was clear that innocent human beings should not be deprived of their right to life under the U.S. Constitution, regardless of the situation surrounding a mother. Listen to the powerful exchange here. For the latest in pro-life news, visit our website at liveactionnews.org and follow us at Live Action News on social media. That does it for today's newscast. I'm Juan Garcia. Thanks for watching Live Action News Now. Be sure to like and subscribe to this channel and smash that notification button so you don't miss any updates. See you next time.